Hipper here. So it's been a while since I've taken out the Edinburgh, or actually it hasn't been a while, I play it almost every day. I just haven't put a video up in a while because I thought I kind of saturated the channel with Edinburgh videos, so I decided to give it a break. But then I had this game yesterday that I thought I'd show you. It's not a high damage game, it's not a high kill game, but it is a high cap game. And I really enjoy capping, it's one of the most fun things in this game here. And let's just have a look at my build first. This is of course an Agile build with Tenant using Azure Lane Baltimore and Takao and all the usual speed and rudder perks. And on the ship I have the improved turret rotation here. Not aiming systems because I need faster turrets. Then I have steering gears and the improved reload here in the end. I always pick radar, I don't pick smoke, always. So a 7-second reload, 15 range and 1.9 second rudder and 37 knots. So quite an agile cruiser here, and with this build Edinburgh is lots of fun to play. It's so different from the more traditional smoke build and AP builds and stuff like that. Like, this is an agile cruiser with a big A. It's not particularly fast, but it's super it's super agile, and it gets the British acceleration as well. So I mean, honestly, this is one amazing agile cruiser. It's great fun with this build here. It really is, trust me. But if you go with an agile build, pick the radar. Like I said, don't pick the smoke. If you go with a smoke build, there are better builds to and commanders to put on this ship here. So here what I'm trying to do is to get into a position where I can cover both the A cap and the B cap with my radar. And I pop the radar, and lo and behold, there is a Kleber caught in in the cap, which is yeah, a bit unpleasant for him. So I just make sure I reset him, and then I'm kind of counting on other people to hit him because I'm not in a very good position to actually shoot at him. I was hoping there would be a destroyer over here at A that I could take care of, but just unlucky there isn't. Or lucky, I mean, depends how you look at it. So instead, my radar has run out now, so I can't spot him anymore, so I might as well just head over here and see if I can't at least help in taking the A cap here, because we have two battleships over here. So I'm going to head in front of them and cut off any destroyers that are trying to cap in case. And of course, a nice broadside Mogami here that we take full advantage of with the great AP shells on Edinburgh. It's a lot of fun. It is a great ship. I didn't like Edinburgh in the beginning, but once we got the Azure Lane Baltimore commander and I could really tune the agile build, yeah, now it's fun. So that Kleber over there, he's aware that I was the one radaring him, so he's trying to taunt me, and he's probably a bit displeased because he didn't get the cap, and I bet that's what he was trying to do, like get in quickly, get the cap, and then retreat and taunt anyone that tries to take the cap. But in this case here, I stopped him from getting the cap, and that means that his plans are probably yeah, ruined. So finally I got a citadel in that Mogami. That took ages. So anyway, no destroyers around here, but there are too many battleships out there. Or actually there's only one, but he's in a very nasty position. So I'm just going to be a little careful here before I rush out. No, there are two battleships, my mistake. Anyway, as it's looking now, there's only two battleships and the Mogami over on this flank here, and they're all quite far away from the cap. And I keep telling people not to be that far away from the cap because you can't hit anything. You cannot protect the cap, and if I was a destroyer, I could just take this cap. I wouldn't have to even worry. But as it is, I'm in Edinburgh and I am an agile build. So a Yamato at 10 kilometers, that's okay. We can handle that. And there's a Bismarck behind him, but the Bismarck is so inaccurate that I don't even worry about that one at all. So I'm just going to head into the cap, and then I'm going to dodge as many salvos as I can until I get until I can go dark basically, and then finish my capping here. And as you can see, I have great battleship backup. I have at least two and they're not sitting in the same spot, meaning that they'll be able to fire at the enemies from like 2 slightly different angles, which is always better than just all the battleships sitting in one spot. So that's perfect, and I was able to go dark now, so I don't have to worry about the Yamato anymore. That ship is able to overmatch my bow, meaning that he can citadel me at any angle. So that's the one I was a little bit worried about. But at this distance, with an Agile build on Edinburgh, not much to worry about. And the Kleber pops up again. He's still like trying to get that cap out there, and it's still contested by the other destroyer. And the other destroyer is doing a great job keeping this Kleber here at bay. I love to see that. Instead of destroyers just running away, like this guy here is putting up a fight. And obviously I'm going to come and help him. I just need to take this cap here first. So that's what I'm doing, and then as soon as I finish that, I'm going to head over to B, because I have a radar ready, and unfortunately I'm a little late there because the Kleber turns out to win this engagement here. So I just have to make sure I reset him a few times here, because I don't want him to cap this B cap here. That's my cap. So if you notice what the battleships did over here at A cap, my battleships, they went as close to the cap as they possibly could, but at the same time they chose quite wise positioning that allowed them to fire their guns and not expose themselves too much to the enemies. And all the while, here we have 2 destroyers out here now. I just radared them both, and obviously that's a nasty situation. Anyway, back to A. Like I said, the red battleships, all they did was reverse and sit 10 or 12 kilometers away from the cap, trying to snipe people, and that's just not gonna work. There are like obviously situations where sniping works, but that's not one of them. I mean, as a cruiser in that situation, I have fantastic battleship support, meaning that I could just enter that cap and don't really worry about the red ships at all. 1, because I have an Agile build, I can just outmaneuver them, and 2, because I have battleships very close to me, only a few kilometers behind me, ready to pounce at any broadside the Reds might show. And yeah, that's the way to do it, basically. So we're using the sonar now to keep the Kleber spotted. And again, I'm just, and also the Friesland here, because he went into range, and just making sure he doesn't hit me there. So I'm just getting into the cap, making sure that these guys can't take it. Unfortunately, I try to reverse, and I get out and actually ends up with them taking it. So obviously we'll have to take it back. So like I said, I have my sonar on to keep both destroyers spotted, and I'm kind of relying on the rest of the team to help me take them out, because I can't really go around this rock here. That's just what the Kleber is waiting for. So I really just need someone to plant 1 salvo, well actually 1 shell on him, and then yeah, it's goodbye. So I'll be patient. There is no rush here. So this is a checkmate situation for this guy here. Either he gives up the cap or he dies, and he chooses to die. And these are the situations that you have to set up in this game here. It's just as good to set up a situation like that as it is to sink a ship yourself. Because now we've removed 2 of the enemy destroyers, and I can cap the B cap here. And again, I have battleship backup. If you look at the radar, whoops, one of them disappeared, but I still have 1 just a few kilometers behind me for cruiser support, exactly like battleships are supposed to do. Meaning that I can concentrate on what I was doing before, like sniffing out destroyers and, well, creating opportunities for either myself or the team to take them out. So here we've got the Friesland on the run, and so many of the red ships on the right flank. I don't know what they're doing. They're sitting so far away, so I can actually cross over the map here and like pursue the Friesland. That's my plan. I'm kind of thinking he's probably still waiting on the other side of the smoke for me to disappear. So that's why I take this opportunity here to pretty much cross the middle of the map, because you can see all these battleships over here. They are outside my detection range, and they are way too late for the party. There's 6 minutes left, and by the time they even get close to the caps, we are going to have a massive lead on points. As you can see, we are actually behind now, because we were behind on caps for a while, but I've been focusing on caps this whole game here, and now is the time for that to pay off. Because all these slow battleships here, there's simply no way they can retake enough caps faster than I can. And yeah, that's a fun way of winning, I think. I don't even think I get a kill in this game here. I just play, like clever, and use the opportunities given to me by the red team, because most of the red ships are legendary ships, and I am just a tier 7 cruiser, but I do have a lot of tools at my disposal, like I said. So play the cards you're given, and in this case, I can cross the map and get into a very interesting position here, so obviously I'm going to do that. So the Friesland pops up here, and he's a little bit further away than I was hoping. I was actually hoping he would be sitting here, right between the island and the other island, so I'll be able to ambush him and take him out, probably with one salvo of AP from Edinburgh, because that AP hurts destroyers. Unfortunately, I'm not that lucky. He's quite far away, but he is spotted, and yeah, it's just a matter of one of us is going to get him sooner or later. So I'm just going to continue towards the cap, because I can see the Reds are actually making an effort to cap now. We have one battleship left over at A, but he's outnumbered, and he might be able to reset the Reds a couple of times. As you can see here now, I'm getting focused by the legendary battleships, so that's why I am like trying to shoot at the Odin at the same time, trying to avoid whatever salvo is coming from behind. Because I am targeted by 2, and it is the 2 battleships. And they keep firing, but really only the Yamato is anything to worry about. So like I said, the battleship over at A, he might be able to reset the red ships a few times, and that's really all we need. We just need to be ahead on points, and we are ahead on points now. We kind of turned this around from being behind by nearly 300 points to actually being ahead now. And it's one of the great things about this game here that, no battle is really settled. So yeah, a total kill steal there, but I think I deserve a kill. So I can now take the sea cap by myself again. This is going to be a triple solo cap game. Doesn't happen very often, especially in a cruiser, but it actually happens a lot more in Edinburgh than any other cruiser. Simply because it's just such a versatile ship, and capping is really what it does so well. Because you have that great radar, you have sonar, you have the great acceleration, you have torpedoes, and you can really be a menace. And let's not forget that bow that barely anything can punch through, except Yamato, I think, and possibly Georgia, I believe. So we're losing the battleship in a minute here, meaning that the points again will go in the favor of the red team, or at least very close to favoring the red team. And honestly, I'm a little tired of my destroyer teammate here, so I am planning just to head in here and torp battleships now, because yeah, I'm a little fed up, to be honest, because these battleships here that have been sitting at the corner of the map the whole battle doing pretty much nothing. They are just allowed to sail in and take the caps now, and I'm not in a position to reset them, which is my fault. I should have gone the other way, but I thought those 2 battleships were actually coming for me, but they actually turns out they were going for the B cap. So that's why I'm heading in, and I am simply planning to torp a battleship to make sure we win, because right now it's very, very close. If I lose the destroyer, we're going to lose this battle here, and also if I die, we're going to lose. And honestly, right now I don't really care if we win or lose. If I hadn't been capping all the caps, we would have been losing big time anyway. So I'm going to see if I can't at least get a few torps at these guys here. So I am dead set on these guys here not getting the cap. It's a matter of principle now, because the destroyer could easily just send a few rounds their way and reset them, but he's not doing that. And so I'll do it, even if it cost me the game. like I said, I don't really care at this point here. Some of these games here is just like awful, really. And although this has actually been a quite good battle, yeah, like I said, I'm just a little tired here. So yeah, just using that good bow and the acceleration to kind of like troll this Amaji here. And now we're gonna run out of time before I'm able to take any of them out. So I decide to just go into cover and just wait for the time to run out, because we're going to win now. And I did my thing. I kept them from capping and I reset them a few times. So that's all I really wanted to do. And that's the end of the battle here. And as you can see, lots of defense, lots of caps, and really that's what Edinburgh does so well. And it's a great ship. It's a very fun Agile cruiser, it really is. So yeah, I highly recommend taking it out and trying it with an Agile build. So anyway, that was an Edinburgh battle for you guys, and I'll see you out there.